everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry there's no piece to camera to start this video off. We're just going to jump right into it and I'm going to do a little voiceover. Not sure if it'll be for the whole video, we'll just see. So here we are starting out with some white clay and I've got a little bit of this lovely pink metal foil. That runaway tool there, not even sure why I had it out. This was filmed a little bit ago. I can't remember. So we're just going to very gently pop that onto the clay, smoothing it out, very lovely. And then I'm going to use those cutters up there. We're going to make some shapes. These things have got some really cool texture on them. You'll see in a bit, I'll zoom in for you. And then I'm going to do something really cool to really highlight the texture. There we go, we got some moths happening. And then I'm going to lightly press on this one just to leave an imprint, because this cutter is in two parts. So then we're going to use this guy to get the details on there. And once I've got all the details down, nice and firm, but not too hard. Lovely. Then we're going to go in and actually cut all the way down to the bottom. It would be nice if this cutter was in one piece like the moth is, but that's not what I have, so there we go. Let's trim this little bit off. There we go, just so it doesn't get mixed in with the scrap. And time to peel. Lovely, lovely. This moth cutter has been tricky in the past, but it's behaving today. Yes, I will do something with the scrap in this video too, so stay tuned. And I'm going to take this tape now and I'm going to just lay it over the top. I'm going to lightly press down on it and I'm just going to take off the foil that is raised, hopefully leaving foil in the details so you can really see kind of what's going on. I've struggled in the past to think of ideas of how to really make these cutters the best that they can be.
I'm a professional woman.
Yeah, professional woman there. Blocking the camera view. This happens quite a lot in this video. Like, not tons, but more than I would like. So yeah, let's get back to the tape. I'm just trying to reveal the details in the cutters. And time to lift. This clay got a little bit stuck, so I'm trying to be extra careful when lifting this piece off. And there we go, there you can see. It's still a bit ragged, I would describe it as, but I think it's cute. So we're going to take a nice stiff brush, very clean, and we've got our Fimo gloss glaze. I'm glazing this before I've sanded. I usually do this with UV resin as well. And the main reason for this is from the screen printing. If I sand before I seal, then the dust from the sanding gets into the paint and all the details, and it makes it messy. So I've started kind of top coating and glazing things before I sand them, just to mitigate that. So I've sped this up for you here because it is a laborious process. It doesn't take too long, but if I was to leave the whole thing in, it would get boring and this video would be long. So I've tried to help a little there. And we're doing the moths in the same way as well. I'm pretty sure it was while I was glazing these moths that I had a really cool idea of how to finish them. When I first cut them, I thought, yes, these are going to be brooches. I'm just going to glue a little pin back to the back of them and then away we go. But actually, I think I've figured out how to make these into really cool earrings. So because these are really intricate shapes, I do have to use these tools instead of my Dremel. To be honest, I've not tried to use my Dremel to sand these. I've only ever used these tools, but I just feel like I've got a lot more control with these guys. And we're just going to really carefully go around the shape. This particular tool that I've taken out of that package, it's got a flat side and a curved side, which I really like for these, especially these skulls, because they've got those curved edges. So I can get the curved edge in there, and then on the wider bits, I can use the flat edge. And I'm using the same tool for the moths as well, because again, we've got curved edges, and we've also got some really kind of intricate, deep V's. And this tool is really, really nice at getting into those. And there we go. Next part will be drilling. There we go, Dremel. I did not choose the best angle for doing this. So I'm afraid most of this footage was just the back of my drill. Like that.
We can edit that bit out, right?
Yes, we can, Bandit. There we go. So let's assemble. I've drilled holes in each wingtip of the moths, and I've cut equal lengths of chain. I'm going to attach one side of the chain to each moth just to begin with, like so. And then I'm going to try really, really hard to keep the chain flat so that it's not like twisted partway through, you know? I do take a bit of time to ensure that these look really nice and neat and tidy and professional, because as we know, I'm a professional woman. And there we go, laying it flat there nicely. Lovely, lovely. Next comes a slightly trickier bit, is trying to attach it to the other side whilst keeping this chain flat. I do manage it, but I do also block the camera once again. Move the skulls out of the way. There we go. Let's try and move it, and blocking. Hooray!
No!
Yeah, I agree, Homer. So, there we go. Right, she's on. Let's get that ring closed. I panicked when it flopped a little bit there. I was like, no, is it still attached? And it was. It's fine. There we go. Lovely. Now I'm going to try and attach this jump ring to the middle link. I was very particular when I cut this chain to make sure that I had an odd number of links in it. I didn't count every single one, but I kind of got the tip of a pencil and I grabbed a link and pushed it up so that it was double-sided, you know? I probably put way too much time, effort, and energy into making sure they were even, but look how pretty that is. I'm so pleased with these. I'm so pleased with these that they might not even make it onto the website, I'll be honest. These might be mine forever. The skulls, they're going on the website, definitely. That link you'll be able to find down in the description. But I'm afraid the moths might not. I can always make more, obviously. I've got all the materials, and I've got the time. Kind of. I work for myself. I can make the time. So yes, now it's time to do the scrap. So we are jumping around in times. These actually went into the oven at the same time.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Tappa, 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 very important. These went into the oven at the same time as the moths and the skulls. So with the magic of editing, I can split them up. So I'm just going to lay it out so that they've got a little bit of coverage over this white back. But we're using all of this foil. And then I take this guy, my rolling pin, and we just want to crackle the foil. We want to purposefully kind of mess it up, as it were, but in an aesthetic way. So I'm going to run this through the pasta machine just to make sure it's a nice even thickness all the way throughout, and to emphasize the crackles a bit more. Wonderful.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Very important. Everything must be tappa-tapped. I'm such a professional in this video, it's ridiculous. So there we go, cutting some shapes. I'm just going to do simple circles here with a couple stop toppers, and I'm using this cute little heart cutter. This one's my go-to for scrap and for like using up the small parts of the slab. And there we go. I don't finish off the hearts in this video. They are in the pile, ready to be finished. I still haven't done it. But there we go. Let's UV resin top coat these. Just because they're already quite thin, so I want to add a little bit of thickness, a little bit of robustness to them. Using my silicone tool here to smooth out that resin. Lovely, lovely. Nice quick job. And once they've been sanded, after they were top coated, we're going to assemble. So all they need is a butterfly back for those studs and a little jump ring here to assemble. Wonderful. I do like how these came out as well. If these make it onto the website, which hopefully I will be able to, then they will be one-offs. And putting it on the card for a maximum presentation. And that's everything I've got for you today, to be honest. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope it's been entertaining. Let me know what you think down in the comments. All my links are down in the description, and if you haven't smashed that like button yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Thank you so much, and goodbye.